Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Mitchell with Union TV, joined by my guest co-host, Wadi Duran, for today's evening matchup between the Elizabeth Minutemen at the Union High School Farmers. Wadi, what we got for today?
Hey, we got ourselves a pretty good matchup today. So we have Union Farmers versus Elizabeth, two solid teams. And leading up to the last year, Elizabeth kind of more of a coming back, rebuilding sort of team. A lot of second years, third years coming back. And we have a lot of them coming back and developing as well for today. And for Union, more of a lot of them developing. There was a lot of rebuilding happening done from their last year. So let's see how they're going to match up today.
Yeah, two pretty strong squads here. We got the Union Farmers coming in at 3-3 on the year so far, playing against some pretty tough competition in Scotch Plains, Fanwood, and a lot of other strong North Jersey teams. These Elizabeth Minutemen also leading with a 5-1 record on the season so far. It's going to be a big matchup, like you said, Wadi. Rebuilding squads. Both teams have a couple of go-to guys who we expect to see a lot from this match. Heavy hitters like Leo Fontaine. And from Union, number 5, Evan Espino, two key guys that we should look to stand out today as both teams are winding down in warm-ups here, getting ready for this matchup. We'll join you back once we get started. We're just gonna wait to see if they do like national. We're just gonna wait to see if they do like national.
It's gonna be on TV anywhere? Where, when? What do I see? I have to critique myself.
It should be with Union TV. That's a better question for them than for me.
What is it?
Channel 34.
What, on cable?
Yeah, and then it's going to be on the YouTube channel at Union TV 34.
Oh, it'll be on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is good, right? Union
TV 34.
Union TV 34.
You look great, so don't worry about it.
Oh, you're
Yeah, we can come. I'm gonna start through this button. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we begin this matchup, the referees checking the lineups for both squads. Not sure if we're going to do the national anthem here. I think we may have already done it beforehand. It looks like we're going to get right into it. Let's check the starting lineups for the squad so far. So for Union, we've got number 9 at the setter, Ethan Ho. Number 5 at the outside, Evan Espino. Like I said, a key player that this squad will definitely be looking to use as their OH1. Number 10, Giancarlo Guzman. Also another key player at the OH2 position. He's going to be getting a lot of balls as well, trying to put up a lot of numbers for this squad. Number 29, Joshua Campbell-Boucher. And at the libero, number 30, Josiah Arkelis. Elizabeth with the serve, going to fall short from number 9. The setter just under the net. That net too high chant coming in from Elizabeth as they tally the first point. Double call coming in from Union. That's too short in this early matchup. Elizabeth getting a strong start. You can't really let them walk away with it. An early lead like this, a good squad will definitely take advantage of this. Union will counteract with a serve going long from Elizabeth. Replay coming up here. You'll see that contact was a little bit too far under the ball, which will sail it way out of bounds, giving Union their first point on the board. Serve in for number 9, right into the net, giving it right back to Elizabeth. That's something you see a lot of in the men's game here. A lot of new serves coming in, especially at all levels, high school, college. Service rates are missed at almost a 50% rate, and that's what makes the games go by kind of quickly at times. Pretty costly, unforced errors. Elizabeth serve. Number 10 pass, overpass to number 7, Leo Fontaine. Miraculously kept alive by Union, sent over. Giving Elizabeth the free ball. Tip on the Bic by number 11 from Elizabeth. That's going to fall short and gives Elizabeth yet another point, throwing up 4-1 in an early lead.
That is one thing about Elizabeth. We have Leo Fontaine, more of that powerhouse hitter kind of deal, and we have Gabriel Pereira always picking the smart shots, the rolls, the tips. He's got it all. He's got the bag. That's number 5.
And something we've seen a lot so far. Already 3 double calls early on in this game. That's something that Union will have to try to minimize going against a strong Elizabeth squad, are these unforced ball control technical errors. Serve coming from Elizabeth. Dropping into the libero from Union. Set out to the right side. Kept alive on the block. That'll be out of bounds on the recovery. Leo Fontaine with the stuff block early on in the match. These guys look like they're buddies. They know each other. Number 7 on Elizabeth, number 5 on Union. He wants it back. He's smiling. There's some brotherly love, but at the end of the day, they're enemies today. Tip by number 23. Elizabeth picks it up. Set to the outside for Leo. Tip over the block. Picked up by the setter. Scramble play outside. Into the net from Union. Another unforced error as Elizabeth notches another one on the board. That'll be a timeout in Union as both squads look to talk this over.
Yeah, so there's a lot of coaches stress about consistent serving, and like you said, it happens at all levels. Personally, from my experience in Elizabeth, Coach Vega stressed a consistent serve over a powerful serve. I'm sure that goes for all levels as well, but you want the game to be played.
Exactly.
You want the game to be played, and you don't want free points, unforced errors. You don't want that to happen at
Right. At the end of the day, a lot of the time, it's just the team that makes less mistakes, not necessarily the team that earns more points. That's what separates a lot of good and bad teams. Both strong squads here again today, though. Union's going to look to answer this to try to stop this early lead by Elizabeth. Serve coming in. Serve to 6 zone, picked up by the libero, set to the right side. That's going to be dug up by number 11. Set to the outside, answer by Leo Fontaine from Elizabeth once again. Union so far getting shut down on defense a little bit. They're putting up strong, solid attacks. We're seeing this. Taking a look at the replay here, that cut shot by number 7 on the outside to the 4-4. Earning Elizabeth yet another one. Serve in, picked up on the outside. Set's gonna go to the middle. Falling in the waterfall of a block by number 14 on Elizabeth. That'll be point Union from their middle.
So they finally stopped the one from Elizabeth here. Let's see how they answer back. Number 5, Evan Espino to serve.
What a rip by him, picked up fairly simply. Set to the outside, gonna get off the top of the block, dug up by Espino, set to the outside, tip over the block, picked up short. Some net play here, scrambling over the net. Overpass to Elizabeth, somehow dug up by Union, kept alive. Scramble set to the right side, gonna be off the block and out of bounds. The officials look unsure of what happened. We might be looking at an overstepping of the 10-foot line by Elizabeth here. And Elizabeth knows it. Number 17, great swing by him if you just saw the replay there. However, if you noticed, his foot was over the line. He's the back row player right now. You cannot attack in the front row if you're currently rotationally in the back row. And he committed that error, unfortunately causing a mistake to end a long rally. Union back to serve. Ripped by number 5, Evan. Picked up by Elizabeth. Set to the outside. Forced to roll over. Picked up by Union. Set to the outside. That one sailed just long. Union looking for a touch, which will not be responded to. Yeah,
so
Elizabeth point.
Seems like Union kind of has that sort of dynamic with a powerhouse hitter and another smart outside. So it's going to be good to look forward to this game.
Oh yeah, definitely a little bit of mental warfare going on as this one's picked up. Nice little bump set by number 9, Ethan Ho, saving that play. The tip over to the deep 1 spot by number 23. If you look at this replay here, that's Dylan Adekoya finding the spot where nobody was, catching that number 11 player.
It's a great way to salvage that play from Ethan Ho. Great way.
Serve in, picked up by the libero. Set to the back row for number 11. That's going to be a roll into the campfire. Picked up by the outside. Set to the front row outside. Tipped into some net play. Recovered by Union. Set to the right side. Scoop dig by Elizabeth Libero. Great shot by Elizabeth's outside. However, the referee's going to call under the net. Taking a look at this replay here. Wonderful dig. There's tremendous display of athleticism by that libero. However, you notice the setter just stepped under the net to make that play dead. Something that's not allowed in the game of volleyball. Segura coming in, libero having trouble. It's caught up in the backboard. Slowly rolling down. Set to the outside. Pushed over. Recovered by Union. Set to the right side. Adekoya on the swing. Picked up. Elizabeth back to the outside. Picked up by Union's libero. Hit the ceiling, out of bounds. That's a great dig, unfortunately limited by the space of play in today's gymnasium. However, both liberos showcasing some tremendous talent so far in the game. Great defensive digs by both. You can tell they both know the game, they know where they're supposed to be, and they're making some great pickups.
So far, we have a lot of hard swingers on this court. It's nice and fun to watch, for sure. 31 from Ethan Ho. And that's one thing about Ethan Ho. He will put the ball in your hands.
Seems to have this replay.
Seems to have a great touch on the ball. Really nice 31 from Ethan Ho and their middle.
I need you to see the atmosphere in this gymnasium here. We've got a packed gymnasium today, as both these teams are very close to the area. A little bit of a rivalry going on. Serve picked up by Elizabeth. Set to the back row. Big swing coming from Leo. Picked up by libero from Union, number 30. On the attack on 2 was the Union setter, Ethan Ho. However, they're going to call him for a double on this.
That's one thing they are strict about doubles. They are very strict about doubles. That will cost you some points, and that will be an enforced error.
Yeah, a lot of those coming in early already. And we see in the college game for men's volleyball, the double contact has been omitted from the rule book as long as it's not played over the net. And we may be seeing that come into high school in the short future. Number 10, Giancarlo Guzman sending this ball deep to the corner where nobody finds it. Out of system play, great save by Ethan Ho, sending that ball, putting up a prayer for his teammate, who will answer it with a shot to the corner. As Guzman now goes back to serve.
It's a great shot from Guzman, that's for sure.
Picked up by Elizabeth. Perfect pass, going to be set to the middle. Diving save by 29 from Union. Slight overpass. Elizabeth just tips it out of bounds on that far side. Great dig you see for number 29. Just a mishandle of the ball right there. As the next serve comes in, this team is wasting no time. Sets to the outside, that's going to be blocked into backcourt by number 9, Ethan Ho. And the crowd is on their feet for this one.
Everybody's fired up. This is what we like to see. This is definitely what we like to see.
We do, and for those at home who may not be able to see the score, it's currently 9-11. We will continue to update that. Our apologies on that one. But neck and neck here today on this Friday afternoon. Again, another tip just out of bounds by the right side on Elizabeth.
Looks like number 17 is calling for a high. He's asking for a high. It's a bit hard to try and find a hand on that low set.
That's right, and Elizabeth going to pick this one up. Set to the outside, nice
little
high
stack
swing.
play. It's very nice to see. We got an overpass kill from Mateo, number 18.
You'll see that's a great windup, great technique by Elizabeth outside here. Good pickup, tight to the net. Elizabeth taking advantage of it. Currently scored 12-10. Elizabeth at the service line. Trouble on the pass there. Ethan Ho saves it. Picked up by Elizabeth. Set to center. I love that play. Union picks it up. Going to the back row. A little bit of confusion there. Libero having to send a free ball. Now picked up. Set to the back row. Lila Fontaine taking the swing. Picked up by Guzman. Sent back to Guzman. A lot of back row plays here as Elizabeth picks up a free ball. Set to the outside. High swing over the block. Elizabeth will notch a point. 13-10.
That's what we like to see from Gabe. That's more of his style. He's never been the one to, swing hard. He's always about the roll shots. He's always about the smart shots. And there you go, right over the block. A little bit too short for this person playing in 6 right there. Then we have number 9. It's a great cut from number 5. That seems like his shot. We were watching him in the hitting lines. That seemed to be a shot right there, that sharp cut.
Yeah, he's got that angle on his shoulder. His rotator cuff might be complaining, but I don't think his team is the way he's putting points on the board.
For sure. That's a hard shot to stop.
Elizabeth handling the serve. Set to the middle. Hook shot by the middle. 31. Diving save by Union. Set to the outside. Some net play here. Recovered. Back to the outside. Recycle ball. Official's going to call a lift on number 5. Union disagreeing. As Elizabeth goes back to serve. 14-11 up.
There's a lot of energy being displayed throughout this court right now, throughout this arena. It's very fun to watch. Very fun to hear.
Pass handled by Union. Back to the outside. Another cut shot by their outside. Picked up by Elizabeth. Right back at him. Union picked up. Set to the back row for Guzman. The referee's going to call it into the net. 4 touches. No block touch. If we're going to take a look at the replay here, Elizabeth sends one over, picked up. Attack out of the back row. The referees will say there was no touch on that block, therefore resulting in 4 touches illegal in the game of volleyball, putting Elizabeth up 15-11 back at the service line. A little bit of an error there from Elizabeth, but seeing as they went up a couple points in a nice run, I like that. I like going for it when you're up a little bit. Get the first couple serves in, let the teams play, and then going for a nice rip afterwards.
Yes, for sure. It's a good way to add momentum as well. But speaking of momentum, they've had 2 errors back-to-back. The score is currently 13-15. Union down 2 points. They'd like to close this lead down to at least 15-15. They'd like to see the set.
Serve coming in.
A little bit of trouble there.
Free ball from the libero. Giving Union some trouble. Ho saves it.
Scramble plays.
Trying to make a play from the bench. However, it falls just outside of the antenna, giving Elizabeth another point. 16-13 on the board as the libero goes back to serve.
Despite this play, both teams have been doing a great job on their services. Been getting the ball up, being able to run their system. And there you go.
Another antenna play. Costly for this Union team.
Costly errors, that's a fact. Costly errors on both sides. Union would like to get their momentum going. Fortunately, these errors are kind of cutting that down.
Another good serve coming in. Going to the middle.
There you
That'll
go.
find the court.
And that's what a good serve receiver gets you. Some middle routes, some middle plays. Some excitement going on that side of the court.
Exactly. Talking about this great serve receiver. Great serve receiver will allow you to run all options on offense. Ethan Hood taking advantage of that, setting up Joseph Bardin, who will be able to put it away.
We have Evan. Touchdown serve. Slays out of bounds. Seems to be his first error on that, first service error on that, if I'm not mistaken. But look, that's a good way to get your team back.
Exactly. When you have such a strong offense like this Elizabeth squad, you're going to have to try to get the team out of the system from the service line right off the bat so they can't run an offense. That's what Elizabeth tries to do here. Handled decently by Union.
Shut down by Leo Fontaine.
I told you I was going to say it today. The great wall of Elizabeth. Stuff block there for number 7 on the outside. 19-14.
Stuff block, that is.
Union. Pass handled. Back to the outside. Guzman looking to answer. Picked up off the shoulder of Libero. Out of system to the outside. Union recovering. Center dump on 2. Ho finds the court.
That's one thing. Ethan does not seem to be afraid to dump the ball. That is something, that's a good quality from the setter. It's a great quality.
That setter not afraid to score points, showing some aggression. Elizabeth handling the pass. The 2-ball. Outside coming around and receive 1. Officials will call that ball out of bounds. However, that was a great run. Love to see some trick plays coming in. Heavy swing. Unfortunately, will not find the court. Union now trailing 16-19, mounting a slow comeback. Ball to the outside from Elizabeth. Rolled over. That ball is down again, like you were saying. These outsides, they don't always have to swing the hardest as long as they're making smart shots to find the court. That's what will get the job done at the end of the day.
It's a good roll shot by number 3, Daisley.
Ball tight to the net.
Too tight. A little bit of motion on that net.
Yeah, Union finds the net in that play. Elizabeth holding on. Serve coming in. Float serve into the net.
So far, Elizabeth has a little bit of room to make some of these errors, but they do not want to get too comfortable. Union somehow has to find a way to push back.
That's right. Volleyball is one of those sports where there's no time limit. Like most other sports, it's whoever gets to 25 first, so every single point matters. You can't just run out the clock. Union on the service line. They're going to call a foot fault on that, I believe. Oh, wow, no. We've got out of rotation from Elizabeth. A rare call you probably see nowadays, especially coming from a varsity squad. However, they're going to say that setter was out of rotation too far forward. Or the right side, I believe, was too far forward. Tip over the block. Union diving safe to pick it up. Out of system play. Referee's going to call a double on the out of system set.
There's that smart shot by Gabe trying to get him out of system. So far, it's working a lot. Very well. Very well placement shots. It's working right now.
Yeah, this Elizabeth squad slowly picking apart the weaknesses of Union. 22-18 from the service line. Elizabeth looks to tack another one on there. Pass out of system. Ho saves it. Up to Guzman. Roll over the block. Picked up by Elizabeth. Out of system. Sending the ball to Union. Picked up by the libero. Set to the outside. And Guzman handles the nail.
There you go. That's a way to pick up the energy. Great set by Ethan and a great swing by number 10, Giancarlo.
And you can tell the fire that this Union squad has with a full house today as Guzman gets electric after that play, bringing all the energy to the squad as they try to come back. Officials calling that ball out of bounds from the service line. Union not too happy about that one. I think they beg to differ.
It was a very close call, I can tell you that. It's a very close call.
Definitely a close call. Officials have a lot harder job than most people think, especially in volleyball. That ball moves so fast sometimes. You have such a thin margin of error to take an eyeball on that line. Elizabeth getting closer as they serve this ball over. Handled by Union. Set to the outside. Espinoza tip off the block. Swipe into the antenna. Very smart play giving them Yet another point.
That's one of the plays I was looking forward to seeing tonight. Smart swipe off the block. Sometimes, most of the time, it will always work out for you in the end.
You see the veteran play coming from number 5 there. Even serve handled by Fontaine. Sets in the middle. Switching it up lefty. He'll be blocked. And the stadium is on their feet. Union Roofing Company out in the middle, sending Elizabeth into a timeout.
There we go. Like we were just talking about momentum. So far, Union has cut the lead down from 5 to 2. The score right now is Union 21 points to Elizabeth's 23 points. They are currently down 2 and looking to take it back.
The cameras are shaking here with all this movement in the stands. You can just feel the atmosphere. What do we think both teams are saying in a timeout, Waddy?
Hey, it's definitely a lot of ball control on Elizabeth's side. They want to focus on controlling the ball better, getting their system being, get it to the pins, make sure it's high, not to try anything too risky, especially in this type of environment. They're cut, and Union's definitely cutting down that lead. You know, on Union's side, they definitely want to push, definitely want to use this momentum to their advantage, serve strong, get them out of system, get it to their pin, number 5 for sure.
Right.
They definitely want to see number 5 swing that ball.
Both teams back on the court as we head into the late game of this first set. Farmers trailing 21-23 as the serve comes in. Handled nicely. Sent to the outside.
There you go.
Another shot on this outside. You take a look to the replay here. Serve comes over. Great pass. Setter doesn't even have to move. Outside swings. A nice chop shot to that deep corner in zone 5.
So
right
far,
between the two players.
So far, Gabriel Pereira has been taking this game through these smart shots.
For game point, Rip coming from the service line. Handled nicely by Union. Espinosa getting blocked. Recovered by Union. Forcing a free ball. Unfortunate ball control error from Elizabeth.
That's just one thing that happens towards the end of the game. Sometimes those nerves kind of get to you. But it's how you bounce back.
Exactly. That's how you bounce back. Number 17 knows it. There's a smile on his face right now. He goes to his team. I know, my bad. I know how to handle these balls. Just one mistake. As they receive now, set to the outside. Fontaine over the block. Unfortunately not being able to be picked up by Union as Elizabeth takes the first set, 25-22.
A lot of action there in this set, that's for sure.
That beautiful shot over the block, right in between the seam of zone 4 and 5. Off to the libero's left, he camped inside a little bit because Elizabeth has been cranking that deep corner shot. As soon as they cut it back, that Union squad just wasn't ready to handle it. I think something we can expect from these next sets, though, however, is a lot less ball control errors. I think both teams are kind of nervous a little bit. Nerves playing a little bit of a role here, as this is a big crosstown rivalry. I think just a matter of getting these solid touches, digging high, setting high, letting the star players go to work. I think that'll be a key for both teams to kind of clean up their play. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. I am Chris Mitchell with Union TV. I'm joined by my guest co-host, Waddy Duran, as we will join you back at the start of set number 2. Getting compliments over here. Right here is like going out. I can't hear it.
I kind of got it.
back, ladies and gentlemen, to set number 2 of this battle between the Union Farmers and the Elizabeth Minutemen. As the Minutemen came out to an early lead of 25-22 in the first. A back and forth battle that had this whole arena biting their nails the whole way through.
And here, Union did a great job coming back. Let's see if this carries over to the next set. We have number 5, Evan Espino, doing a great job on the service line and up front. Definitely want to see a lot of him this set. And Giancarlo Guzman, number 10. Those two are certainly holding Union down right now. Holding them together, I mean.
And taking a look at the starters for the second set on Elizabeth. Number 10, Daniel Esteves. Number 11, Gabriel Pereira. Number 18, Mateo Jaramillo. Number 7, Leo Fontaine. Number 3, Dave Lee Mosaed. And the libero, number 12, Eric Bueno. Union will keep the same starters as the first set. As the officials look to the scoreboard to get us underway, it'll be Union serving first. That'll be Ethan Ho, number 9. Now the shoes he's wearing, I want to point out, very vibrant. Neon Asics. We've seen those become very stylish in the men's game this year. A lot of guys rocking those on their feet. Potentially translating into some good play, I'm not sure. However, Elizabeth will handle this ball. Early sets in the middle. Kill from number 18, Mateo Jaramillo.
And that's probably something they talked about in their huddle as well, trying to feed Mateo. He's certainly been their powerhouse hitter down the middle in their previous matchups, previous games as well. And they want to look to get him going.
Yeah, for sure. And Union gonna have to send a free ball. Looks like a net. Officials will stay silent. Ball to the outside. Falling short into the tape. Number 7, Leo Fontaine.
Looking for that sharp cut. Not a bad shot to take. Certainly has been working tonight. A little too sharp though in the end.
I want to go back to what you're saying about the middle. This is a big guy. He looks like he's about 6'3", 6'4". And this Union squad knows the ball is going to be strong on the outside for Elizabeth. So if Elizabeth can feed their middle, it might be able to throw Union off guard as Espino misses a serve short, giving Elizabeth, a lead, 2-1.
Because for these both teams, they definitely want to miss at least as many serves as possible. Bad touch right there, out of system from Elizabeth. Nice roll shot.
Picked up by Espino, free ball for Elizabeth. Let's see how they convert. Setting that middle once again.
And there we
Power
go.
tip down to zone number 2.
There we go, Jeremy Salas, number 14, coming in, getting a point right away. It's a great, smart tip from him. Analyzing the block, seeing that they're right down the middle, being able to tip it right there. It's a great shot to take.
Elizabeth making work of their middle so far early on in this set number 2. As that serve is long, Union ball. 2-2 on the scoreboard. We're all tied up.
As high as this energy is in this gymnasium, we definitely want to see a more composed serve. Trying to keep it in, trying to let your teammates play, get the block, play their defense.
Set out of the back row, roll shot over to the libero, picked up. Deep set to the outside, that'll be blocked by number 14 and number 10.
Looks like number 10 just contacted that a little bit too low. He definitely got a good swing on that, just happened to be too low. Maybe he was trying to swing off the block, but unfortunately went down back into the court. Now we have number 10 on Elizabeth, Daniel, looking to serve.
Picked up by the libero. Out of system, sets to the back row. Espino opting for a short ball.
Shot, there you go.
And that's all you need at the end of the day. A bounce kill will be worth just as much as a short tip. 1 point at the end of the day. Espino really using the brain power on that one. I saw from the stands, I saw his eyes analyze that block. He saw there was nobody defending zone number 4, and so he just dropped it short, putting a point on the board for Union.
Nice line drive slow.
Trick play coming in. A little bit of a stack play here. We're gonna see a replay on that one. Notice how number 7 comes around for this ball. Inside, right behind the middle. Coming all the way around, finding that block, going out of bounds, using those hands.
That is quite the play. All their front row hitters on one side. Now we have Leo serving.
Back row attack from Espino to be sent long. Looking for a touch. Unfortunately, they won't get it. That "see you later" chant coming out of Elizabeth.
Let's see if Union can also pull a bit of tricks out their bag as well. Some stack plays, some trick plays. That'd be definitely fun to watch.
Serve quick from the tape.
Ooh, just out.
Picked up
from
short.
Ethan.
Just out from Ethan Ho, like you were saying. Smart idea. Trying to back dump that ball to the short zone number 4. No defenders, however, just missing long.
That spot was definitely there. It's good to see him analyze the court. And a strong block from Elizabeth. Shutting down number 10.
That's Guzman there. You saw the early float serve got them out of system, forcing an outside set. Float serve coming in, handled by the libero. Sets to the middle, all the way from across the court. That's a
pretty looking set.
Picked up by Elizabeth on a free ball, cross court. Union's gonna duck under that one, letting it fall out of bounds. That's great court awareness by number 10, Guzman.
Just off that air. That makes Union currently down 4 with Giancarlo Guzman going to serve, trying to cut this lead down.
Serve picked up by Elizabeth. Set to the outside. Big swing coming in. Picked up by the libero with ease. Said not today. Espino setting it over. Set to the right side. Going to result in a free ball for Union. Setting the outside once again. Roll over the block.
Gets them out of system.
Setting the right side. Ooh. Going for that bounce play. Kept alive somehow. Ho setting over a miracle play. No block up there. Elizabeth.
Not enough time for number 3 to get to that ball. A little too tight and a little too low.
Just out of bounds. Unfortunate end to a very long rally. Ball a little bit tight there. Tremendous defense by Union libero, number 30, Josiah Arkellis. Elizabeth picks up the serve out of system. Back row attack. Picked up by Guzman. Set to the outside. Espino looking to answer. Tool off the block. However, it'll be called before that as a double contact. Unfortunately, you're going to look here. As the set comes in, the officials didn't like the rotation and the spin on that ball. Looking for a double contact on number 9, Ethan Ho, giving Elizabeth the point. 9-5 for the second set as they look to build an early lead. And a lot of people have the wrong conception. A lot of people look for the rotation of the ball only to result in a double call. However, it's not that. It's the contact of the actual hands. Free ball coming over. Again, just like I was mentioning, they're going to call that other double. Number 18.
That's one thing. They're definitely more strict about it going over those double touches.
100%.
Especially in the college game as well. It kind of translates. And number 11 going in to serve.
Float serve. Passed out of system. To the right side. Big swing coming in.
There you go.
Guzman
There was a set.
attempt.
There was a set number 3 was looking for. That last one a little too tight, but there you go. Right when it's off, he can get that swing off, and there's your result. You get a point off of that.
That's definitely probably an important mental bounce back. A long rally with an error to end it. That swing will be important for him to keep Elizabeth in this game. Great swing. Serve handled by Union. Set to the outside.
No, just a little too far out.
Some ball handling errors becoming pretty costly as they amount to about 5 points on.
Union definitely wants to look to get back into rhythm right now.
Elizabeth keeping pressure, not even waiting. Giving this Union squad no time to breathe. Set to the middle, that's going to be blocked by number 18, Mateo Jaramillo.
That's one way to shut down their momentum, that's for sure. As Union looks back to get the momentum, regain their momentum, and kind of find their rhythm again.
Set to the outside for Espino, looking for that swipe again. Somehow picked up. Union not happy with it. Officials making a late call for a lift. A little bit of confusion. Let's take a look at the replay here. Espino with a beautiful swipe. They're going to look for a double or a lift or something coming from that setter.
And look, that's one thing that they can swing hard, but they can also find the block and swipe and get that point. Those smart plays will get you the point the same way a bounce would.
Exactly. Espino using that veteran knowledge once again. Ball control, using that block to his advantage, trying to find any waterfalls he can, and that he did. sending his team back to the service line to garner some more points. Yellow card coming for this Union squad. Looks like a bit of a dispute between the coach and the officials. Not happy about that last call.
That is rare to see, a yellow card in the high school game.
I don't know, it can go either way. Sometimes the team gets a yellow card and everybody's happy because of the energy it brings to the court, but sometimes in a dispute like this, it might be for the negative. Let's see how Ethan Ho will give his team a chance on the service line. That he will, ace!
And certainly that did not bring down their momentum, that yellow card. They look to get an ace and keep this run going. It's one thing they need.
Yeah, that's really all you need sometimes, like we were saying. You don't always need the hardest serve in the world. A float serve like that can be just as difficult to handle. Sending Elizabeth out of system again. Ball to the right side, can be rolled over, drops short for number 3. That's Bavely Mosaed finding the court short, just in front of that zone number 1 defender.
Union's definitely looking to side out on this play right here.
Union thought that was going to be a simple free ball. Number 3 said no way. Serve coming in, out of system on Union. Set to the right
Great
side.
Set.
Swing over the block from Espino with a little stare down. Some brotherly love, like I said before. Evan Espino and Leo Fontaine know each other outside of this game. But when they get on this court, you see the stare down coming in with some energy. As he goes back to the service line for his squad. Ripping that serve, that'll land inbounds. Espino heating up from the line. That gets the squad fired up as we take a replay. A missile coming from the service line.
The energy in this gymnasium is definitely giving me chills right now. And that ace right there, it's a well-placed ball.
Some substitutions over on this Elizabeth side. That might be an attempt from the coach trying to ice the server. Pass handled right to the setter, set to the outside. Fontaine gonna swing. And gets that kill in the seam in zone 6.
Seems like Elizabeth looks to number 7 if they're trying to side out right away. Definitely made a difference on their side of their court.
That swing, nice high contact right over the block. Libero serving for Elizabeth. Sending it to the outside. Ball tight to the net, gonna be tipped over. Elizabeth picks up a free ball. Back row attack, big swing coming, picked up by Espino.
Great defense on both sides of the net.
Picked up by Elizabeth. Reverse flow to the right side. Always there to pick it up. Going back to Union's right side. Picked up by Elizabeth. We've got ourselves a rally here. Outside coming, big swing. It'll be covered, ball still live. However, Elizabeth not able to convert on the third contact. A huge momentum rally win for the Union Farmers. This will lead number 30, the libero, to the service line. Josiah Arkellis. Sending this one in short. Picked up by the outside. Set to the middle. He's going to go down. It looks like he tripped over his own player there. Union showing some sportsmanship, making sure he's okay. We love to see that in this competitive sports world.
Definitely great to see in a high energy, high intense gymnasium. Unfortunately, Union lets that go. Unfortunately, with that missed serve, Union is down 3. They were looking to come back. Definitely seems possible.
And this game has been neck and neck all the way through. 15-12 so far. I feel like it's been 25-25 this whole game with the energy that I feel is building right now. Calm block coming in from the setter, going to be picked up with a free ball by Elizabeth. Unfortunately, again, ball control not being able to convert on that third contact, and they get a free ball. Union somehow picking up the block, sending a free ball for Elizabeth. However, the play will not find the other side of the court as Union mounts another one. Ball coming in. Float serve going to go just long. 3-point for Elizabeth. Fontaine on the service line.
And I'd like to point out number 29 has been doing a great job on the service line. Getting Elizabeth out of system, and there is a block from Elizabeth.
Carrying us through this play, you see the float serve handle. Nice pass. Gonna go to the middle. Double block gets up from Elizabeth. Denying any chance to get a point for Union. Ball to the outside, picked up by Elizabeth Libero. One-hand back set. Going to result in a free ball for Union. Set goes up on 2, trying to avoid that net. Picked up by Elizabeth, set to the outside. Opting for the deep tip to 1. Going to be picked up in another free ball.
There's a lot of trouble.
Some miscommunication again, resulting in a missed third contact by this Elizabeth squad. Union on the comeback a little bit. 14-17.
That's one thing. This game is scrappy. And as you get further and further to that set point, it will continue to get scrappy.
Nice pass for Elizabeth. Right side set. Big swing from number 3. It's going to be denied by Evan Espino with a stare down through the net. The energy this guy brings is so competitive.
And
he wants all the smoke today.
Elizabeth is not agreeing with that. They think it was a net touch by the blocker.
Yeah, the net did look a little bit active on that play, like somebody touched it. I don't know who. Elizabeth looking to answer from the swing on the outside.
Seems like they have. And we also have a setter substitution on Elizabeth's side. Outside team up coming in for Daniel Esteves. So we'll see how this fares up with Union.
That replay you just saw, number 11 taking a beautiful swing cross court. Off the platform of that zone 6 defender is Elizabeth. So he's one in. Quick attack by her. That's going to be sent straight back down by number 18, Jalarillo.
And that's one thing he's definitely been looking to get active in this game. That's for sure. That's one way to do it.
Stone cold on his face as he stares at this Union squad, looking at him like, yeah, I want you to do that again. Elizabeth on the service line. Pass handled. Out of system, set to the outside. Espino on the attack. Looking for a touch, and he'll get it.
There you go. It's one way to get you a point.
Cheeky little play by Espino, looking for that high block. This Elizabeth squad, excuse me. They have a lot of tall guys, 6'3", 6'4", double block on that pin. Espino knows that. He's going to look for those hands high as he just whacks away at it, and he'll get the point. Union back to serve. Pass by Elizabeth, sets to the outside. Big swing coming, high off the block. Miscommunication from Union in zone number 5 between the seam. And that's where Elizabeth has been attacking all game, and it's been working.
Trouble off the high hands. It's hard to communicate off a kind of touch like that, but it's not a bad problem to have where both your outside and your barrel or your DS are communicating. It's not a bad problem to have.
Libero handling this ball, outside set, deep, over the block shot. Evan Espino, target practice.
He's looking to cut this lead down by any means necessary, and that's many ways to do it. Many ways to do it. He seems like he's finding it. He seems to be heating up, and we have Ethan Ho.
That deep corner shot is going to get a lot of points at whatever level of volleyball you play. It's so hard to stop. Elizabeth sets to the outside.
Shank off.
Number 11, Gabriel Pereira, sending another deep shot right back to Union off the platform of the defender.
It's been extremely active, Gabriel Pereira. Number 11, extremely active.
Elizabeth, such strong pins on the outside. Serve coming in. Out of system set to the outside. 23, that's Dilden Adekoya. Gonna find the floor. Elizabeth thinks it's still alive. Checking out this replay here. Officials giving the point to Union on a lift call. Changing the trajectory of that ball a little too much. Hands a little sticky there, giving Union another point. Espino back to serve, gonna rip this one off the hands of Elizabeth. Another ace for Evan Espino.
Like I said, he is heating up during the end of this set. He's looking to crank, looking to get this second set back. And if there is a way, there is a will. Oh, did I say it the wrong way? If there's a will, there's a way.
If there's a will, there's a way, and that there is. Espino leading this team on a comeback as Union Farmers are now within 2, forcing Elizabeth into a timeout. We'll be right back on this thriller of the second set. All right, both teams now back in the court, ready to do battle yet again. Spino at the service line. Not slowing down. However, catches that ball slightly on the left side, sending it just out of bounds.
Elizabeth is looking to close this game down as soon as possible. Don't want to let Union have any momentum.
Elizabeth sending a serve deep to the line. Ho on the attack on two. Back row save. The officials gonna call a double on Elizabeth. Again, you see Ho using that aggressive setter position, going over on two to force an out-assist to play for this Elizabeth squad. Elizabeth not happy with the call, but they must endure. Pass to the setter. Outside set, picked up by Ho. However, there's no Farmer in town to pick up the defensive play. Elizabeth getting closer to a two-set victory.
A lot of hang time displayed from number 7. Just enough to throw off the blockers with their timing. Number 10 coming in for number 6 to serve. Daniel Estevez.
Float serve coming in. Picked up by the outside. Perfect pass, set to the middle. And it looks like the refs are a little bit unsure, but I do think he caught the hands of Elizabeth's middle. Union earns the point. Great offensive run by the Farmers. That 31 play in the middle, so quick, so difficult to defend if you can catch the ball in between that right side and middle block. Union on the service line, float serve in, handled by Elizabeth. Big swing coming in from Fontaine, that'll land just in bounds.
And
Union on their feet.
This crowd is electric right now. They want to see a third set. They really do.
Elizabeth tried to run that trick play before and it found hands before. However, this time it'll land in bounds as we're 22-23. Elizabeth handling the serve. Outside, roll into the campfire. Picked up by Union. Set to the outside. Another roll. Picked up by Elizabeth. And then on the floor at the end of the day. All tied up neck and neck in this Union gymnasium.
Union has found a way. The score is now 23-23.
Time out by Elizabeth. That'll be their final timeout.
Joshua Boucher has found a win to cut this lead down to a tie game. He's looking to take this set home. Union wants a third set.
And I think Elizabeth taking a very quick timeout here. They're already outside of the huddle now. I think this was just to kind of ice a server, let his team take a little breather, kind of bring them back, ground them a little bit. Say, hey guys, take a deep breath. We have talent on this team. We can handle this float serve, get us in system, and we can side out. Float serve coming in. Elizabeth pass to the center, right side set. Fontaine detonates down the line.
Like I said, if you want to side out, Elizabeth looks to number 7.
This replay coming in. Great pass by the 0-2. Back set, beautiful placement, right down the angle. Fontaine bringing it home. As he's now on the service line. Gonna rip away for game point. Great pass by Libero from the Union, set to the outside. Roll shot over the block. Elizabeth in the net. Union lives to see another day.
Critical error is what I like to say. 24-24, and we have ourselves a second set thriller. Let's see how Giancarlo Guzman leads this up. Little tight
to the
pass.
net. Saved by the setter. Short play over by number 17 from Elizabeth. The Union blocker reaching back, throwing off his defenders behind him. Elizabeth.
Seems like third time's a charm for number 17.
Whatever he can do to get his team to score points when it matters, that is what number 17 will do. Serve handle, go to the outside, Espino off the block.
There you go, seems like Espino's fire has not died down in the second set, late in the game. He's a little bit quiet these last few points, but that has not affected him at all.
Exactly right. That ball finding the hands of the blocker and the defender. Found them creeping up a little bit shallow here. Union back on the service line. Elizabeth looking to sub. Officials not going to let them. Elizabeth not happy. Sorting out some confrontation here. Trying to get on the same page as we head into extra points here. 25-25.
A little trouble here on Elizabeth's side.
Saving that play, sending Union out of system. Short set to the outside, played over. Free ball for Elizabeth, set to the right side. Another roll picked up by Ethan Ho. Set to the outside, Espino put tight. He's gonna swipe off block to get a nice recycle. Another set over, waiting on somebody to swing. Will it be Leo? And it will. Fontaine from the back row, sending Elizabeth within one of game point. Such a long rally there. We saw so many soft contacts, so many sets over the block, short to zones 2, 3, and 4.
And that's a great way to keep your back row involved. You have your blockers focusing on your front 3 pins, especially if the setter's back row. You want your back row involved. And Union has been doing a great job of getting Espino that pipe set. They're doing a good job of getting him involved back row even when he's not up front. And seems like Elizabeth has taken note of that. They want to do it themselves. And they get Leo Fontaine, number 7, to get that job done.
Absolutely. Elizabeth seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here, now within 1 point from victory over a tough Union squad. This has been an absolute battle, folks. Both teams using their timeouts, doing everything they can to secure their second set victory. Will Elizabeth be able to seal the deal, or will Union send them into a third set tiebreaker? Official blows the whistle. Serve underway. Float serve. Picked up by Libero. Out of system, hits the ceiling. Set to the outside. Espino chops it over. Picked up by Elizabeth. Out of system, tight set. That'll hit the antenna. Hope is alive for the Union squad. Ball handling there from Elizabeth.
Seems
quite
like
costly.
That timeout just worked maybe a bit in their favor.
And that's what we call a coach's point, ladies and gentlemen. Out of the timeout. Typically that'll be on a missed serve, but if you can do something to call a timeout and then earn the point after, that's crucial as a coach to be able to do that.
Ethan Ho serving. Great pass. And the swing from the tail. Seems like he's back in this game. Definitely fired up. That's what we like to see at the end of this set.
Great tool from number 18 in the middle. Finding Libero on his outside left. Falling too far for him to pick up. Elizabeth within 1. Serve coming in. Handled by this Union squad. Set to the right side. Espino down the line. Picked up by Elizabeth Libero. Out of system for the back row. Tip over the block. Picked up in the campfire. Set to the outside. Union over the block. Picked up in zone 6. Elizabeth setting in the middle. Dropped short. Union diving save. Free ball for Elizabeth. Picked up from the setter, middle, outside. Free ball for Elizabeth yet again. Big outside swing from Fontaine. As they say, the dagger ending this game, 28-26. Taking a look at this replay here. Finds the seam between the block. Bounce ball for the outside as Elizabeth improves to 6-1 on the season. Union trailing to 3-4. Brilliant battle by both squads. Star-studded teams. Great volleyball. Wadi, how are you feeling after this match?
Hey, this was a great game to watch. Love the energy on both sides. Love the display of ball control. Their serve receive. Both teams are on point. They both kept it. They both kept their serves in even in crunch time. And that's what we like to see from two different teams.
Absolutely.
They both matched up fairly well. They definitely put a block up on both sides. And it was just grit and scrappiness at the end of it.
Some sportsmanship from both of these North Jersey coaches. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us this evening in the varsity matchup between the Union Farmers and the Elizabeth Minutemen. We'll see you next time. I'm Chris Mitchell with Union TV, joined by my guest co-host, Wadi Duran. Good night.
Have a good night, everybody.